Lights on. Oh, look at that. We got airflow. Nice. What's up, guys? Legacy 4x4 here, back again. This time we got an air conditioning video coming up. I'm going to be installing a complete air conditioning system all the way from the compressor to the condenser dryer up into some fabricated vents. It should be pretty fun, pretty entertaining. It's going to take a little bit, but it'll be worth it in the end because it's about 100 degrees in Georgia pretty much every day, so it'll be worth it. I went with it's called Coldmaster. It's the eBay equivalent of vintage air. I paid, I think, 650 bucks or $600 for the kit, minus all the accessories like the accessory drive stuff and the brackets and some intercoolers and stuff that I want to do. So I'm gonna be like about $1,000 into air conditioning. Vintage air, I'd probably be about $2,000 into it. We'll see how it works. I only went with them because I called them. Their company's based in Florida, in Tallahassee. So I called them. I spoke to an American guy on the phone. Like, it seemed pretty straightforward, and I figured if the compressor is the same type and the same rating as the vintage air, I'll see how this one works. We'll see if the evaporator is any better or worse. But this is the first time I've done AC, so we'll see. If it works, it works, and I'll be happy with it. And I saved $1,000 compared to vintage air. So, all right, just got everything unboxed. The packaging was perfect. Everything was in its own kit. Everything was inside its own cardboard sleeve box. Plenty of packing peanuts, bubble wrap around everything, cardboard on the outside, like 3 layers of cardboard. It was all packaged really well. Really happy with that. Everything shipped fine. There's nothing really wrong with any of it. So yeah, but here it is. I've got 2 fans, condenser maybe, whatever the radiator thing is. I've got my accessories. Those are separate hoses, flexible tubing to mount the vents wherever I want, evaporator, compressor, dryers back there, prefab electrical connections with its own sleeves and everything. It also has a relay in there. Press fit connections that you don't need any special tools for the hoses and stuff. And I think that's it. I think I'll do the accessory brackets first because I feel like that's going to be the most annoying part to get right. All right, as usual, it has devolved into a bunch of fun times going on, excuse me. But I took the radiator out, I took every power steering, all the brackets off. The bracket I bought wasn't gonna fit, or the bracket I bought for the compressor doesn't fit with the 1 bolt on the accessory on the passenger side. I'll show you. It doesn't fit because this head only has 1 bolt for accessories on the passenger side because it's stock Chevy heads. But I got a custom bracket coming in the mail that attaches to the short water pump and then the intake. All right, a week and a half later, sorry for taking my time on this, but parts took a while to get here. I had to go through quite a few different brackets until I figured one that I could make somehow fit my block. So I'll take you over there. So right now I got a custom bracket, aluminum billet bracket that someone said would fit a short pump, small block Chevy, 4-bolt main. Said it would fit, doesn't fit. As you can see, the brackets don't quite line up, but I've got spacers and I've got parts to make it line up. I'm gonna make it work. Long story short, I'm gonna make it work. Man, oh man, it's been such a long time, but the first step's done. Front accessory, whole drive assembly is on. So here's how it came out looking. So adjustable power steering, because that's on its own V-belt, which goes from the crankshaft pulley to the water pump to power steering, and that uses the back belt, and that's a 43-inch belt. Top belt's a 49-inch belt, and that uses it goes AC, compressor, alternator, and then water pump, and that uses the front belt. Like I said, 2 V-belts to do it. These brackets were supposed to fit. They did not fit. I ended up having to make my own space, or go buy my own spacers, space everything out, make everything even. That way it's all even with the belt and the drive assembly. All right, it's a new day, how to change a heart. So I didn't realize that my radiator, the aluminum radiator that I bought, came with transcooler at the bottom of it, like a little 20-inch transcooler. And my trans pan, if you remember, is air cooled. There's fins in the bottom of it. So it's already gonna be cool enough. So I'm not gonna run the transcooler and the 2 extra 12-inch fans on the front on the AC condenser. So AC condenser's on front, It's attached to the radiator. There's about a ½ inch gap in between the two, or the cores, I guess. The whole front assembly's on. I just got every belt's on, every hose is plugged in besides the radiator hoses. Those are gonna be for later. Like I said, the shroud, there's two 12s in the back with a shroud around it, and there's some fans to vent. And then it's a pretty good setup. I think it will, you know, pull enough air across the radiator and the condenser to be fine. I'm not running the two in the front. The two in the front are flex lights, and they're direct replacements for the two on the radiator. So if anything, now I just have replacement fans because I'm also running them all the time. So I'm not gonna run them with the thermostat switch or anything. I think that's just not my style. I'm not driving this across country, and I could give a shit less about fan life. So they're gonna they run on ignition. Once the ignition's on, the fans are on. It'll be fine, I think. So now I gotta start plumbing the AC. All right. Sorry again. I worked pretty late last night, and I was just kind of trying to grind out the engine bay. The engine bay is pretty much done. So walk around again. I got the dryer mounted, hoses, and the lines. Everything ran going inside to the cab. I got none of the cab done yet, but I mounted the dryer right here on the side because I figured there's not really a better spot to put it, and it looks fine right there. It's kind of tucked out of the way. Here's the hose situation going from the condenser. I just have it in this little headlight assembly area right here. I'm gonna put some steel plates right here to kind of make like an air dam looking thing to make more airflow go towards the condenser and the radiator. So that's all gonna get covered, and you won't be able to see any of that wiring or anything, but that's just me being picky. All right, what's up? Another new day. I ended up getting everything mounted to where it's gonna be, I think. And yeah, it's not the most ideal position. It doesn't fit anywhere else. So here's where it is right now. So the whole evaporator box, like you can see the piping and stuff, which I don't mind. I think that looks kind of metal and it looks kind of cool, blends in the rest of it. But it's pretty much, and these are just taped, these vents are just taped on right now, but it's pretty much just in the passenger space. You still have plenty of foot room, put your feet under it. Like there's still, the room is not a problem, but it's not centered, which is gonna trigger my OCD, but it's not the end of the world because these vents will still cool you, or still blow air on you, and it's still gonna cool the whole cab. So I'm thinking that that's where it's gonna go. There's absolutely no way it fits up behind the dash because the dash is a custom dash, you know, there's not enough room lengthwise. So unless I want to cut the firewall and bend out the firewall and, you know, refab that little firewall so I can fit the evaporator in there, which I really don't feel like doing. I think that's where it's gonna stay. Day 999 working on this air conditioning. I just got done pretty much getting all the wiring done. I have one wire left, technically, I think. And then I just gotta I gotta take it to an AC shop, have them check for leaks, vacuum test, and I'll do all this stuff and then fill it, charge it, I guess. But I moved the whole unit over to the left a little bit. I dropped it down a little bit, so now it's not flush, it just lines up. You can still see like the piping in the back, but like I said, little steampunk action going on. All right, everything's in place, mocked up. Last wire, everything's hooked up besides this wire and the compressor wire, because I have to do it when I get it charged. And I'm just waiting on radiator hose parts and extensions and couplers and stuff to make the hoses, but all right, I put some little air dams in on the side. I had extra 3/16 laying around for the bumper. So here's what I meant when I said custom radiator hoses. I got 3 different L bins, and then I got some couplers that go inside them, a bunch of hose clamps, and making it work, you know. All right, here we are, testing for the first time. You can hear the fans come on, but I don't remember. I think the switch box is ugly, so I just threw it in the glove box, and that's where it's gonna stay. It's gonna stay in the glove box. Don't judge. But when I click it, it should start blowing air. It should. Lights on. Oh, look at that. We got airflow. Nice. Ambient airflow, but still airflow. So that's working. That means all we have to do is get the system charged and plug in the compressor. Clean looking second gen there, young sir. Young sir. All right, guys, just got back from the AC shop, carburetor service shop, but they do AC there too. Was the recommended shop for me, so that's where I went. Did the initial charge on the system. There was no leak, so I did everything right. Thank the Jeep gods. I did everything right, so it all works. He said it looks fine, but the thing I need to change is I need to space the compressor out, which is really just, you know, washers, bolts, about a ½ inch. You see it's kind of at an angle. The compressor is ½ inch back from the alternator, so that causes the V-belt to skip a little bit when you turn it adds resistance, when the clutch is engaged in the compressor, I should say. So I'm gonna space that out about ½ inch, but that'll be about a month from now, because I just got shoulder surgery. In case you can't tell, I am crippled and I am disabled now for about a month, but I'll be healthy then, which is nice. But yeah, AC works great, everything works great. It works great even with it skipping. It still blows cold air even with the compressor skipping a bit, which is nice. So, you know, the Coldmaster system works well. It blows cold. It's true to its name of parts fit. There we go, we're nice and running. I really like the whole double loom condenser and radiator. I like the way that looks now. But here's how we're looking. You can see it's at a bit of an angle and needs to come forward about ½ inch to be true. And that will fix the whole V-belt problem. But alright guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, I'll be about a month in recovery until I start touching anything lightweight or doing anything. Probably 3 months till I, you know, do anything heavy. So I'll be AWOL, but my brother's back from his 45-day training cycle, so he'll be posting some videos. That way it's not just me.